Guys, welcome to another episode of What I Learned Last Week. So anyway, before we get started, I'd like to welcome back all the hunters who were out this weekend, slaying the deer, sitting out there and running around in the woods and doing their thing. Especially my brother-in-law, Todd. Shout out to him. Todd, I don't know how you do it, but is this about the 20th weekend out of 52 that you're out of town? You seem to make a habit of always going out of town. I don't know how you do it. My sister-in-law, Carrie, your lovely wife, by the way, I know her. She's got a big heart, and she says, Todd, you do a lot around the house. You can always leave. Go ahead, have a good time. But I'm kind of thinking, I'm learning, maybe Carrie just wants you out of the house. She's sick of you. She might be just sick of you. I don't know. Which way does it go? Fine line. You're spending a lot of weekends away, but I will tell you some things are going to change. Oh, yeah. As you get out on them weekend treks and running out to the boundary waters, I'm going to be taking out your wife for a little of this. And we call it in the game a great sport, day drinking. Oh, that's right, day drinking. You're out there with your deer hunting and you're running around. I'll go get a plastic deer, sit in the backyard of your house with your wife, and we'll have a little fire and this. Yeah, that's the way to go. Or when you're snowmobiling and you're out there, I'm going to get a plastic one from Toys R Us, bring it over, have the fire on, and me and Carrie are going to go. That. So just to let you know, I think it's Carrie time coming up pretty soon. But anyway, whatever makes you happy. Now, just because I'm talking about you, I'd like to thank the people at out at Taylor's Falls Fonderosa. Big plug out to them for taking the deer with a collar and a leash out to Todd's tree stand and letting Todd shoot at them. Without those guys, that's a nice thing the Taylor's Falls Fonderosa Rangers do. And, they do that for Todd's out there. So thank you to them and welcome home, Todd. Anyway, moving on, talk about Todd's. There are a bunch of Todds down there on the University of Minnesota campus, and they play on defense. And Coach P.J. Fleck, I got to tell you, the rowing of the boat is not going well. It's not going well. I got a man, Mr. Daling, a good friend of mine, who I meet at Savoy's Pizza on Thursdays for lunch. Shout out to Savoy's. That's a big plug for them. He's a big backer. He'll just defend him. But I got a feeling he's not going to defend that 55-point deal. No, it's not going to happen. They did fire their defensive coordinator. Now, is it really their defensive coordinator? Or they just pull some guy out of Wendy's and say, we're just going to fire you. Fleck, I've seen you before. And his name has been Tim Brewster. And everybody knows it. Now you're on thin ice, my friend. But I will give you this. When I go to watch your games on TV and I bring a rake in, I got the remote, I don't sit down. I just watch the first series. And when they pull, the other team pulls a guy out of the stands and he runs 60 yards for a touchdown in the first 2 minutes of the game, click, it's over, good. I can go do housework, you do yard work. So at least your team, if you're going to fold, you fold early. So I'll give you that. I will. So keep up telling the people at your post interviews, yeah, we're young. It's a process. How long have I sat here and listened to that? Everybody's listened to that. It's not a good thing. I mean, when's it going to end? And speaking of when's it going to end, how about the Detroit Lions? They and the Vikings. Vikings beat the Lions. Not a fun game, but something I learned when you're watching that game. Matt Patricia, really? How many cheeseburgers are you going to have before game time? Look, you're probably a nice guy. I'm trying to help you out. I mean, the cholesterol's got to be just skyrocketed, right? I mean, you're out there, your team's getting beat, you got the pencil in the air, you look like you're ready to go find the nearest, burger joint. You know what? I'd like to see you probably be a good coach, but are you going to be around to be one? I don't know. I mean, it's not a good look, Matt. Not a good look. You're not going to be on the cover of physical fitness, magazines the way you're going. So just letting you know. Now, before I get going, I had a question over the week. Are you watching the WWE? Yes, I watch the WWE, but I do a lot of DVRing. It's not a good product these days. Got some good segments, here and there. And I was asked what is the best part of the WWE in your opinion? My opinion, it's totally Becky Lynch, the women's world champion. I don't know who booked her, how it went down, but she's kind of the anti Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that was kind of my year. The Stone Cold stuff, awesome. But she's got that little bit going. It's a pretty good gig. It's not a bad deal that's going there. I will say the WWE's booking is, boy, it's very questionable at best. Hey, Vince McMahon, if you're watching this, I got a nephew, David Carlson, who could book just as good as what the people you got. So you might want to give him a call, because what you got going there, about 3/4 of that is just trash. I'll tell you that. So if you need a good booker, David Carlson, look him up. Now, on to other things. A wonderful thing of what I learned. So, do you ever go into a Holiday gas station in SA or Freedom, and you walk in, and it's pretty, normal days, you walk in, they got 3 people working, next, you bring your milk up, you're out the door, right? But that one day you walk in there, and the line's all the way back to the milk, to the ice cream. Why is that? That's because you got one guy helping, there's no other buddy around, and you got the one guy up there going, "Can I have 3 cherry scratch-offs? Oh, and what about a Mega Million? And while you're at it, can you check my last 4 months of Mega Millions?" And you can just see everybody's shoulders go, "Oh, no, not that guy." And the poor young kid, he's beeping the buzzer, beep, beep, beep. Somebody come up and help me, please. Anyone? No one's coming. Someone's helping someone out by the propane tanks. Your best deal, honestly, just put your milk down and go down. Leave, go down to the end of the block, go to another one. It just ain't worth it. But boy, don't you hate that. I mean, I have just learned to look and see who's up there, and when they start saying lottery scratch up, boom, I'm out the door. And you know what? This comes into play on the outside too. Never thought of it. But think about this. You go into those gas pumps. You drive in. They're all being used, right? You pull in behind a guy and you're waiting for him to come out of that gas station, and you're playing with your phone and you're doing your Twitter and you're looking around, and hey, that car's gone. That car's gone. And another car pulls in and you're still waiting for the one guy. You happen to pick the wrong guy to go behind, right? 10 out of 10 times. Who do you think that guy is? As he walks towards the car, you're looking at him going, "Come on," and he waves to you. And what does he wave to you? He's got lottery tickets in his hand. "Hey, how's it going?" And you're like, "Kill me now," right? Just shoot me. So yeah, I learned there's 2 different things. And stay away from them. The lottery guys, those places need to put another spot where you're buying them lottery tickets. Oh my God. So second thing I learned, and this, you might call this a pet peeve, and my wife Jody does not like this part. So there you go. As you're driving and you're on a double line and you come by the house with 3, 4 turtles out there, please slow down. Kids are around. No. Why do you have the turtles out? Here's something for all you young people. If you really want this house, if you really need to be in a house with double yellow lines, I suggest watching the movie Pet Sematary. That might sway you from ever putting little kids on double lines. Pet Sematary, it's a 1984 movie, great movie too. Fred Gwynne, a.k.a. Herman Munster. Oh yeah. Check it out. There's a reason they tried burying their kid in the back of the cemetery and he came out with looking like a zombie with 666 carved in his head. Yeah, you don't want to be on the double line. Now, if you absolutely have to be on the double line, what are the turtles going to do? Most people look at them and go, "Screw those turtles, I'm going to go 10 miles an hour faster." That's what people are thinking. You know it. Just remember, it only takes one to get a kid hurt on those yellow lines. Don't buy on the yellow lines. No. It's just avoid it. Otherwise, don't put the turtles out. It's just no. Okay, so that's one thing I learned, and just that my wife hates it. That's the thing I learned most. My wife hates it. It's a pet peeve. Get the turtles out, she says. You don't want to get Jody all riled up. I'm just telling you. You just don't. So anyway, another thing I learned is, how about the Friday football feast with Charch and PA? People are at the line at the Oakdale. Of course, I had to go. 7 o'clock in the morning. Do you think there's not tons of thirsty people that just want to start drinking at 8 in the morning when them doors open? And does anybody work? I don't think anybody works. I really don't. It's amazing. I mean, you're in there and they're just salsing it. No one's even listening to PA and Charch. Not one bit. It's amazing. I mean, I got to give it that. A couple other things. Willie McCovey died at age 80. In the heydays of Willie Mays, what a dominating duo. I think he had about 521 home runs. I'm going to throw that out there. There is McCovey Cove outside the park. That's how revered he is in San Francisco. Derrick Rose in the 50 points. Got to say that. How about that? That guy is left for dead after 2011. Great game to watch. Saw the last 5 minutes. I don't know. Seems good to me. Of course, I got the movie review. The Queen movie, excellent. Go see it. It kind of ends up to where the Live Aid performance is, which is one of the best Live Aid performance of Queen. 24 minutes of great video. So you can check it out on YouTube. Find that. Let's see. I think for the most part, I have one more. And another thing I learned is I may not be that great of a parent. There's plenty of parents better than me. But the proverbial kid in church who runs roughshod up the pews, are you kidding me? And the parents think it's funny. Or they just, in my day, the old man takes the belt out, you're sitting. Right? You might play with a little car, you might draw. But running around, up and down, it's a disaster, a train wreck. And, I'm in church, and I told my brother-in-law, I said, I think God's going to hate me, but this kid is totally annoying. And I'm sorry. I don't know if that happens in your church, happens that way, but I have learned, maybe I haven't done a lot of good things in life, but parenting in church, yeah, me and Jody have done a pretty good job, and we had 3. And these people got 1. I mean, settle the kid down, for God's sake. Right? It's just, no. So anyway, with that, little more stuff coming up next week. I hope this helped out a little bit, and it was a little fun. I know Halloween was last week, and, lots of scary stuff and lots of and he's done for the year. But there is something more scarier than Chucky. And my God, Christmas lights. Oh no, that time of the year. That's more scary than anything on Halloween. So I'm going to go untangle these for the next 5 hours. We'll go with that. And by the way, Mr. Holmes, I know that these 13, 14 minutes are tough on you, but what do you really got to do at your place, with Mr. Slate and Joe Bedrock down there? Just enjoy the video, relax, like it. All right? We'll see you guys later next week.